which is going to serve as your review for your quiz, which is tomorrow. So this front is just about finding lengths of a side. So I'm just going to do a couple of here. And then the next and the back is the same thing. Just lots, 18 different problems. It's just more and more review. And then this page right here is just word problems like we've been doing. So I'm going to do a couple of them. So why don't we just start with number 1? What's the first thing we do, guys? Do we remember these steps? Circle the degree. Then what? Label the sides. What sides? All 3 sides? Or what? The sides that have something by it, right? So what is 10 to 27? It's the adjacent. What's x to 27? Opposite. Now I have, now that I have labeled opposite and adjacent, I'm going to pick a trig function to use. Which one am I going to pick that uses opposite and adjacent? Tangent. So I'm going to say tangent of the angle equals opposite over adjacent. I know opposite goes on top because it comes first in my SOHCAHTOA. So I'm going to say tan of 27 equals opposite x over adjacent 10. I'm going to multiply both sides by 10. 10 tan 27 equals x. And then I'm going to just place that in my calculator. I multiply both sides by 10 because 10 is being divided by x, and I want to do the opposite to give it the opposite side. And I get x equals 5.09. Okay, we are going to do something a little different right now. I want everybody to grab a piece of notebook paper. You can get one from up here, or you can pull one out of a notebook that you have. Get 2 pieces, guys. If you have only gotten one, get 2 pieces.
Wow.
2 pieces.
I think I have one. It's like actually.
Okay. So you're going to take your paper and you're going to fold it in half long ways. Okay? You're going to rewrite the problem at the top. You don't have to do all the directions. You have to at least have the 27, the 10, and the x in your little picture. On the right side of my paper, on the left side of my paper, excuse me, I am going to do the problem. On the right, I am saying what I'm going to do in steps. Okay? So, first thing we're doing, we circle the 27, right? So, step 1. Circle the angle. Step 2. What is step 2 again? Label the sides. So I'm going to say label the sides either opposite, adjacent, or hypotenuse. In this one we've got adjacent and opposite. What's my next step? Pick a trig function. Pick a trig function using SOHCAHTOA, right? In this case, we picked tan. Next, we're going to set up the problem. Okay. We use our trig function times the angle equals either opposite or adjacent. And up here is the hypotenuse or adjacent. Okay, so that's tan of 27 equals opposite over adjacent. And 5 can just be solve the problem. Okay. Multiply both sides by 10. 10 tan 27 equals x. So x equals, it says round to the nearest tenth, so we get 5.1. Do you see how these notes on the side might help you with all the other problems? Yes. We're going to be using these, and I'm going to let you use this side, these notes, sometimes when we take like homework quizzes or things like that. Okay? So that is going to be necessary. So I want you to put this to your side. Okay? And I'm going to move to a story problem. And I'm going to see if I need different steps for my story problem than this, than what I've got. So I'm going to use my other piece of paper. I'm going to fold it in half again. Okay. Fold it in half. Okay, and I'm just going to do number 1. I'm not going to rewrite the whole thing. I'm going to just say word problem number 1. Okay. So let's think about this when we're doing this. I want you guys to try on your own to tell me how to solve this and your steps. Okay, so I'm going to read it to you. You try it out. The angle of elevation of the top of the building at a distance of 50 meters from its foot on a horizontal plane is found to be 43 degrees. And we want to find the height of the building. Okay, let's look at this. The angle of elevation of the top of the building at a distance of 50 meters from its foot on a horizontal plane. So it's 50 meters from its foot on a horizontal plane. It's found to be 43 degrees. Find the height of the building. Think about what you should do first. What's your first step with a word problem? Could you use the steps you made for the last one for it as well? You gotta do this. This is a requirement. Okay, does somebody have a good step one, they think, for how to do a word problem? Yes. Draw a picture. What's nice about all of these is you know they're going to be a right triangle, right? So we've got a triangle. And where am I going to place stuff? I know it's a right triangle. The angle of elevation of the top of the building is at a distance of 50 meters from its foot. So where does the 50 meters go? Bottom. And where does the 43 degrees go? Inside the bottom or inside at the top? At the bottom, right? Because it tells us we're at the foot of the building. Looking up. And what am I trying to find? Yeah. X. Okay, so I drew a picture. My second step is to draw in the information, write in the information. I'm going to put in there that includes the angle, the given lengths, and label with a variable what you're trying to find. Once I have that stuff, what's my third step? What do I do now? Yeah. So your wording does not have to be exactly the same as mine. Okay? You do not need to copy this word for word. If you're like, if I wrote down something similar to this, that's fine. All right. What is my third step? Now that I have my picture drawn and I've labeled all the stuff that it's given me, my angles, my sides, my unknowns, what do I do next? Could we use what we used before? So should I start with circling the angle? What came after circling the angle? We are going to now label the sides opposite, adjacent, or hypotenuse. Okay, so this might be your opposite, this is your adjacent. And now, step 5 is going to be set up the problem. Oh, nope, I forgot one. What did I forget? Pick from SOHCAHTOA. So in this case, it's going to be what? Sine, cosine, or tangent? Tangent. And then we set up the problem. And then we solve. So we get 50 tan 45 equals x. So x equals what? Oh, it's 43, not 45, isn't it? Don't want to put in the wrong thing. And so I get 46.6 meters. The height of my building. Okay. I think for you guys, because you've done this enough, that this first one probably isn't very useful, right? Like, you've got it. You don't need to have the steps in front of you each time. Just circle the angle, label the sides, pick SOHCAHTOA from SOHCAHTOA, set up the problem, and solve. But maybe for the word problems, especially if you feel stuck, you can start with this. Okay? So I want to tell you, you do not need to do all these word problems. There are 2 on here that I don't want you to do unless you want to try them. Number 5 and number 8, you don't need to do. Again, you can try. Okay? But you do need to do all the 18 on the front. Just, it gives you good practice for picking opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse. And then these word problems are good practice for ones like you'll get for your quiz tomorrow. Anybody have any other questions? All right, I'm going to give you work time then.